Yes, hello, 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 fellow Ugandans. This is James William Mugeni, medical clinic officer by profession, a certified public manager. Yes, I'm here in the United States. Well, Ugandans, especially, I usually like addressing my colleagues in uniform, the medics. The medics. I speak not because I'm in America. I speak because I'm a public health educator. I'm a public health educator. Health education is something I was trained into. We were trained, all of us, especially we who did clinical medicine and public health, were trained in public speaking. And my years of speaking definitely, some people are right to fear. Some people, yes, because of fear cannot speak. But for how long shall we continue fearing to speak? I speak. I remember those of Mbara University. Those of Mbara University. You remember that time when we had an assembly and I was called a lunatic. I was called a lunatic simply because I was speaking for the rights of workers. In that assembly, I was called a lunatic. That was an assembly for firing me from Mbara University Hospital. And nobody stood with me. I left Mbarara alone. Then you find these people say, akasaja ako, kazira, akasaja ako, kogera. Not akasaja ako. And I was going and people watched. When I was in Mulago, I was speaking for the rights of nurses. And when I was being fired, people just looked on. Yes, there's a cost to speaking. But then for how long shall we keep quiet? I've seen young men in the fields of in the Congo. They call them they call themselves MK, the courageous, the killers. Maybe medics you can be happy because they will kill for you. Because when they kill, when there's a battle, medicine always benefits. But then that's not a group you expect to come and govern you people or govern us. When I speak, if you spoke, people even fear to follow me. People fear to follow me on Twitter. People fear to follow me on Facebook. People just even can't comment when James has made a comment. People say, I'll be associated with James. I'm not a criminal. I'm not. And of course, through public speaking, through speaking my mind, I ended up in the United States. I ended up in the United States. Even when I got a job with the American embassy in Kampala, there was that question that I was asked. The question they ask public service, they ask you, have you ever been accused of anything? I said, yes, I was accused and fired. And the embassy asked, why were you fired? And I answered, it's for speaking my mind. And they answered me, for speaking your mind, this cannot be a reason for making you lose a job. We will hire you. And I was hired to work for the US Embassy. What am I trying to tell you people? That when you speak, by the way, take it from me or get it from me. Chagulanyi is what he is today because he speaks. When you speak, you lead, you end up leading people. But as Ugandans, don't wait to be led. Don't wait to be led. You'll pay a cost. You'll pay a cost if you are not participating in leadership. That's something I've realized. So, health workers, like I keep on telling you, our structures are good enough. If I think of a clinic officer in, if I think of a clinic officer in Nyendo, I think of a clinic officer in Tororo. I think of a clinic officer in Masaka. I think of a clinic officer in Kasonji, who is more distributed than us. And why can't we use our structures? Some of you have even got old. Some of you will never have opportunity to practice medicine. In that Uganda that I'm saying. But you trained, you qualified. It's only through sticking out that perhaps will change the situation in Uganda. It's not by keeping quiet. It's not by hiding. To me, you encourage me to come back. You encourage me to come back because Nobody brought me here. I left Uganda myself after realizing people were just seated and quiet and enjoying. Now people ask you, create way for us, bring us. We want to come to the US. You can't make you brand. You brand. I'm a brand. I'm a brand. I'm a brand. I'm a brand. I branded myself to reach here. So thank you for listening. I'm enjoying my I'm sunbathing here.